Alright guys, so now we're gonna install everything that we took apart. So I got spark plugs and I got the intake and the gasket. So anything I put in the engine, I try to go with OEM. I really do not like putting aftermarket parts in anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the spark plugs in, and not to make the video too long, and I'll bring you guys back. There's really no point in watching me put plugs in, so I'll be right back. And there's the amount. Now you can see the same thing, except you can see that both flaps work at the same time. Let's see if I can get you set up here. There you go, you can see them both moving. So we're gonna put this in. We're gonna put the new gaskets in first. Those 6 of them. All right, so I have the gaskets in. I'm just gonna put a light coat of oil on them. There they are, the new gaskets. And we have our torque right here. And our service data, I wanna make sure that you're torquing them to spec. Here's the steps right here. So you can pause it or do whatever you want. So I'm gonna go ahead and torque all that stuff down. And I'm just gonna use a 3/8 torque wrench and get that torque down. Like I said, you just wanna get a light coat of oil just so the gaskets don't dry out on you over time, you know. You wanna make sure everything's out of the way. You wanna make sure your gaskets don't get messed with on the way down. I found going in back first and then front is the easiest way to go. Seems to be the easiest. Okay. So you got 2 nuts, 2 bolts, and then 4 bolts. All right. So make sure this is in there. There we go. You want to make sure it's sat in correctly, which that is now sat in there. Okay. So like I said, here's our intake right here. So pull these out. These go here. And you got the 4 in the back. So you got 1. Come on. Where's the other one here? 2. And then don't forget, you gotta clean the injectors. They didn't have any O-rings, so I couldn't get any O-rings for the injectors, which are unfortunate. Nor could I get any gasket for the upper intake. So. Okay. Just gonna use my hands up first to kind of get this set.
So you just want all this just kind of tight real quick. Yeah, what I'll do the first part is the instructions to take it apart, and then the second half I guess will be putting it back together, because pretty much the same thing, reverse order. It's not, I don't think I need a video about it. Not that it wouldn't be helpful, I guess. Okay. The 2 nuts that go on both sides. I like the fact that the stud's there so you can line it up. It makes it a lot easier, but it's not always fun.
Let me come around you and make sure that's good. I can't see. Okay. Okay, that's set. Oh, come on, baby. Come on, baby. Can't wait to get these injectors sat back in their homes. Sometimes I like doing this work. It's tedious as opposed to doing, you know, drivability is fun, but it can be a little difficult. I do like doing scope work and drivability work better. I prefer it over this, but sometimes this is nice to do. Every now and then you need mindless work where you're just doing whatever. Yep, see, I dropped that down there. Be careful, you don't want to do that. You're gonna get a magnet. Got a little magnet here. Should get that right out. Good to go. I like those little snap-on screwdrivers. Oh, my hands are too big. You know what? Just put it on the socket. Make it easy for myself. Okay. I'm sure you guys know when your hands are too friggin' big, it's a pain. I got big mitts. All right, so we're gonna torque this down. The first one is A, which is number 2. So A is right here. Okay. B is right here in the back. Find a good way to get this. I try to go with the smallest extension I can. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work.
I'll probably speed through this torque or stop it until I'm done. Pretty boring to watch this. There we go. Okay. ABCDE. It's right here. This is definitely tedious. I'm going to stop it until I get through.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and put our injector rail in. So I'll just clean that up a little bit. They're a little hard. I don't really, they're not too bad, I guess. Not terrible. Take our bungee off. You can always disconnect the fuel line too if you want to, but it's really, for this job, it really wasn't necessary. So we're gonna go ahead and put the back rail in first. Put the front ones in place. Okay. Come on, baby. Come on. All right, push down. You want to make sure everything's seated. Don't force anything because it's not needed. You don't need to force everything. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up our coil packs. Put those back in as well. Kind of bummed. I wish I had a gasket for this, but I can't find one. And being a 2010, I guess it's nothing you can do about it. Just want to make sure you have everything out of the way over here too. So before I go any further, I'm going to grab a flashlight, take a quick peek around just to make sure everything's good. Because the last thing you want is issues after you've already put it back together. It's definitely something you don't want to be stuck with. Like I said, it should only take you about 45 minutes to take it apart, 45 minutes to put it together. Unless you take your time. So if you're not in a hurry, then you're good. All right, we're gonna go ahead and tighten those bolts up. Need my 10 mil. Oh, not 12 mil, I need my 10. It's funny, every time you go for a 10 mil, people laugh, but it's never there. It's always somewhere where you can't find it. Then, you know, the guy next to you loses his and yours. So we gotta make sure that this is connected to whatever that was. I don't recall seeing what that was plugged into, but we'll see. So it's kind of interesting. Definitely gonna look that up first. Okay. All right, I got everything. Got the bolts on. I love having the cardboard because you can see what you have left. Now, if you take a look, you can see the tabs for the gaskets just to make sure they're all there. So you want to make sure all those points are sticking out, otherwise you lost your gasket. All right, guys, so intake's ready to go on. I did clean out the back of the throttle body while I had it open, so get as much out of there as you can. I also wiped down the bottom of this where the gasket's going to seal, so when I put this on here like this, okay, put this guy on here. Okay, fits in nice. All right, so everything fits in perfect. This goes on here like this. So that's that, and I do have the new piece on there. That these two big bolts were up here. Okay. So we knew that. Then we got 3 here. So it looks like these 3 are it. Once I get them in, then we'll get our
parking sequence. But for now, I'm just going to get them started. Put these big ones down. Put these guys down. Just so it straightens it out a little bit. Alright. So I got two bolts on each side here. So I think these go on there. Or right there, and then those go in there, yeah, that's how it goes. So I got these 2. Go in here because they're longer. That goes in there. Go ahead and put those down. Okay. Put this back on there like this. Most of the stuff's just putting everything back and make sure you're not pinching any wires, things like that. So I'm gonna put those on there. Okay. Alright, so I got a couple more here. So I'm gonna put on the two nuts on each side. Alright.
Again, I'm going to put it on the socket and feed the socket down there. It's just easier for me to do it that way. Alright, number 2. Right here. Yeah, so I already changed the oil, did an ABS sensor, front brakes. So this is pretty much had quite a bit onto it. Okay, so we got, let's see what else we got here. All right, so we can let go of this harness here. So we can feed this back over. So we're gonna plug in our injectors. They're green. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, we got those 2 bolts here. So what I'm going to do is just put these in here for now, just so I know that they go there. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves, that's for sure. Alright, so that's that. Let's see what else we got. 3 throttle body ones. Those are the long guys. We got 1. See, and this is why you gotta make sure that you don't go crazy, because I gotta loosen this up a little bit so the back lifts up a little bit. So while you're putting them in place is important, but you want to make sure that you can get your other screws in too. Okay. Yeah, see, it's very important that you don't want to strip any of your bolts out, especially on the throttle body. Again, you don't want to over tighten them either, just putting them in right now. And don't forget the back one has the ground bracket on it. So you gotta make sure you do that. Okay. So we got the last one for the throttle body. I gotta make sure I get up there. Yeah, put the ground bracket on here first. So I gotta put that through here. And then this one's all by feel, guys. Put that baby right in there. Okay. I'm just picking that up. Alright, so we got 3 more bolts we gotta find spots for. Connect our tubes. Alright, so if those are those, that one goes in the back there. This one goes in the front right here. I'm gonna make sure I don't put that in as well. I want to wait on that one too. Okay, and that one goes here. And then this is the 14 mil in the back. So we're gonna... All right, I finally got it in. So this 14 in the back is, it can be a bear. It's all set now. Just have to get it started. It has to be in the exact right place, else the manifold is not going to sit correct. So once it's tight, it'll line up the manifold for you, and then you can just. This is the only thing really holding the back. There should be one more bracket, but whoever was in this before is missing, so it's gone now. I'll show you what I mean here in a sec. So, see if you can see it in there. Let's see, where am I? Right there, you see it? So that's the 14 mil right there. And that's a bracket that's holding the back of the intake on. So that has to come off. All right, so we gotta torque these down. So about 11 Newton meters. So now I'll tighten this down. Okay, come back to that. Make sure I'm making them all snug. starts up that ball right there, but doesn't seem right. Right here. Alright, rest of it is just plugging everything in and putting everything back. Alright guys, so I got everything in, the camera died. I basically plugged everything in the hose. You saw everything for the most part. Everything's back together. So right now what I'm doing is I'm going to get a health check of the engine just to check it and see what's going on here. So alright, so that looked good. Alright, so I did running compression, so got about 80 psi or so. Zoom out to full, couple snap throttles. We're good to go. I can save this now and all set. Alright guys, and spark plugs in. Got new plugs, new lower intake. That concludes this video or series, and I appreciate you watching, and catch you on the next one. Later.